I guarantee you that if you apply these habits that we're going to be talking about in this video, you will see great improvements in your life. It has worked for me and there's no reason that it shouldn't work for you. But if you actually want to gain something from this video, you have to focus. Because most of our attention span is really messed up. And it's because all this mindless scrolling on TikTok or Instagram, watching these short videos, we get distracted so easily. Most people can't even watch a 10-minute video without getting distracted. So look into my eyes throughout this video and do not get distracted. Focus. The first habit is exercising. Seneca once said that we treat the body rigorously so that it may not be disobedient to the mind. Now you hear this everywhere that you should exercise more, 10 minutes a day, blah blah blah. It's super important. Well, it is super important. That's why you hear it everywhere. Sleep affects almost everything in your life, from how well you sleep to your overall health, your mood, your well-being, everything almost. How you treat your body is how you treat your mind. So you cannot have a healthy mind without a healthy body. I personally like running or doing these simple exercises like push-ups, sit-ups, or squats. I also have this punching bag outside my house hanging on a tree, and I also punch that a bunch of times. But you can do whatever you like that moves your body. Go take a walk in nature, dance to your favorite song, or go to the gym. Just do something that makes you sweat. That's the whole point. If you haven't really implemented exercise into your routine yet, I advise you to just exercise for 5 minutes, but do it every day. Just do it 5 minutes every day until it turns into a habit. Once you get this momentum going, you can start increasing the minutes. The second habit is cultivating silence and the habit of solitude. Now, this just means that you make sure that you allocate time in your routine for peace and silence. It's some time interval of 10 to 50 minutes of deep thinking, meditation, uh, deep breathing or breathing exercises, and things like that. Now, why is silence so important? Imagine your mind as a lake. Now, most of the people, most of the time, their mind is agitated, full of worries. So their lake is always full of waves. But if you spend some time in silence, without moving, just observing your thoughts and observing what your mind is doing, focusing on your breath, you will, your lake will be undisturbed. It will be flat like a plate. You'll become more mindful, and by becoming more mindful, you'll be more in the present moment, and you can catch yourself more easily when slipping into bad habits. I usually do deep breathing, such as the Wim Hof breathing, which is a breathing that technique that I highly suggest that you check out. It's really good. I also do meditation, where basically what I do is I sit down in silence in the morning, I close my eyes, and I just focus on my breathing. And every time my mind wanders away somewhere, thinking about something, getting sucked into these thoughts, I realize that my mind is wandering, and I gently push it back, gently push back my focus to my breathing. Now, every time you realize this, that okay, I have thought about something else instead of my breathing, you are essentially gaining XP or leveling up your brain, your mindfulness. And of course, this is going to be very hard in the beginning. I also remember sitting down and trying to focus on my breathing, and I couldn't even focus on it for like more than 5 to 10 seconds. But that is good because you are getting quote unquote more XP from that, from observing your mind, shifting away from your breath, your focus, and then slightly, gently pulling it back to your breath and focusing on your breath. I also recommend that you communicate with nature daily. It can be as simple as just taking a walk in a forest or going into a garden and watching the flowers there. People have always found this peace and joy in nature. What do you think? Why do all these poets write about flowers and nature all the time? Nature allows you to access your most creative self and to know yourself better. The third habit is your diet. Now, what you eat influences how you feel in a profound way. And it also, of course, influences your overall health, your shape, and all that sort of stuff. Now, a lot of people say that they feel bad because of stress, or they feel awful because they are tired from work and because they worked all day, and then they go home and eat a bunch of junk food and they eat McDonald's. You might also relate to this. You're not in a bad mood because of the weather or whatever. Most of the time it's because you eat junk food all day and a bunch of healthy food. This is how important your diet is. It changes both how you look and how you feel. So eat more healthier foods. Now, I like to ask the question, what would a warrior eat? Or what would a healthy person eat? A warrior wouldn't sit down and eat a whole bag of chips by himself, would he? He would eat meat, or he would eat potatoes or vegetables or fruits. So really watch out what you're eating. Ask yourself every time, what would a healthy person do? The fourth habit is the habit of learning. This just means that you become a lifelong learner and gain more knowledge to better yourself and the people around you. This could include watching podcasts, reading more books, researching about the problems that you're actually facing right now, because every problem that you face, someone else have already probably faced that problem and written a book about it. But you cannot learn something new if you already think that you know everything. So first you have to admit your ignorance, that you don't know a lot of stuff. And then you can start learning new things. My favorite way of learning is by reading. I usually read in the morning, or when I have to go to school, I read in the afternoon. But not the things that you extract from these books will make your life better, but what the books extract from you. The books don't teach you new things. The books just help you see what's inside of you already. But gaining all this knowledge and reading and watching podcasts almost means nothing if you're not taking action. So anytime you learn something new, ask yourself, how can I use this information to better my life? How can I use this information to help others to make my life better? The fifth habit is the habit of self reflection. This just means the habit of thinking. Now, you might say that, oh, but we think all the time. How is a habit? No, 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 no. That is level 1 thinking. Level 2 thinking is introspection, is journaling, it's evaluating whether or not what you did was right or wrong, was it aligned to your values or not. Now you can journal about all sort of things, but I'm just going to mention this specific strategy, which is at the end of the day, write down everything that you did that day. So into the first column, write down that I woke up, I brushed my teeth, I got dressed, I went to school, I did this and that and that. Write them down in a column. On the next column, write down what you were thinking, why you did that. So, for example, I thought that this was a good idea, so I did it. I felt sad, so I did this thing. I didn't think that this would be helpful, or I didn't care about this, so I didn't do that. So write these two things down. Then on the final column, mark these actions and thoughts as a negative or a positive experience. Was it a good thing that you did this, or was this a bad thing that you do? Now the aim is, of course, is to have all positive things in your column. Of course, to spend your time and your day in a productive way, to have all positive things. So when you write down something negative, think about the ways that you can alter that. Devise a plan to get rid of that the next day. This is very important because how are you going to improve your life if you don't even know what needs to be improved? So this is how you get to know what needs to be improved in your life, or by writing down everything that you do, your thoughts, positive, negative, positive, negative. So really think about what you're doing, why you're doing it, is it a good or bad thing, and look at them look at them from more perspectives. Initially, you only see it from your perspective. Try to see it from 10 years from now, 5 years from now. Would it still matter? The sixth habit is the habit of waking up early. Now, I think that this is the mother of all habits. Sleep is just like any other habit, meaning that you can train it, shape it to your liking by persistent work. Now, of course, it's going to feel really bad waking up early in the morning. But when you try to get into a new habit, you have to kill the old one. When you're trying to make a better version of yourself, you have to kill the old one. And of course, that's going to hurt. Pain is the foundation of self improvement, it is necessary. You know that you're on the right path if you are feeling uncomfortable. You have to get rid out of your comfort zone to improve. But if you do it every day, even though it feels really bad, you do it every day, I guarantee you that if you do it persistently for about a month and a half, you will wake up 5:30 in the morning effortlessly. How early should you wake? Well, just like everything in life, nothing extreme, everything with moderation. I recommend waking up at 5:30. That's when I usually wake up, and I can say that of course it was awful for me when beginning. I wanted to stay in bed, of course. But after doing it for about a month or something like that, I just wake up naturally around that time, 5:30, without even having to use clocks or alarm clocks. Now, when you wake up, I recommend that you really think about how you spend the first 10 minutes of your waking. Spend it with writing down the things that you're grateful about, or watching the sunrise, or ask yourself the question, what would I do if this was my last day on earth? How would I treat others? Would I get angry at this thing? Would I worry about the test is coming up? Now you have to keep in mind that the quality of sleep is more important than the quantity. 6 hours of deep sleep is way better than 10 hours of disrupted sleep. Now, I won't get into how to get a good night's sleep in this video. If you want a video on that, leave a comment. But I do have a video about morning routines that already include 4 of these habits: exercising, self-reflection, solitude, and of course, waking early. So I highly recommend that you check out that video. It will be in the description of this video. The seventh habit is the habit of music. Never underestimate the power of music. Music connects to a very primal part of our brain. Ever since humans existed, music also existed alongside them. It has very powerful effects. Think back to the caveman times. What would the average caveman do after a long day of hunting? He would make music and dance with his tribe. Every generation has found joy in music. Music makes us dance and laugh and connects us in a deep level. So listen to brilliant music more often on your way to school or work, or when you're tired, or when you want to get more excited. It helps a lot. The eighth habit is the habit of words and thoughts. Words and thoughts are very powerful. Think of yourself in a positive way. The words you say about yourself and the thoughts that you think about yourself affect your identity, how you view yourself. And your identity dictates what actions you take. Your actions create habits, habits create a character, and your character is your destiny. So it is very important what you say about yourself, because what you do aligns with who you think you are, your identity. If you think that you're the man, you can do this, you're disciplined, that you will act in that way. But the same is true that if you think that you're not good enough and you can do it, then you won't be able to do it. There's a great quote by someone, I don't remember his name, but he says something like, the man who says that he can do it and the man who says he can't do it are both correct. That is because the way you look at yourself, your identity shapes your actions. Now I'll share this very great technique with you. Create a new personality in your mind. Let's call him Adam. This personality is the person that you want to become. Let's say that Adam thinks positively. He's disciplined, he's courageous. Adam always looks at the chessboard and he's looking at the best move that he could do right now. He is the person that you want to become. So ask yourself every time when you're faced with a decision, what would Adam do? What does Adam think about this? This technique is very powerful. So this Adam guy is basically the image of who you want to become. The ninth habit is the habit of building your character. As we mentioned earlier, your character is your destiny. Now this habit just means that you take action every day to build your character. You can build your character by cultivating the virtues, which are learning, compassion, discipline, humility, patience, honesty, and courage. Now we could go into all of these, but that would make this video 2 hours long. But make sure that every action that you take is aligned with these virtues. Now you can modify these virtues any way that you want, but I think that these are the fundamentals. Learning, discipline, compassion, humility, patience, honesty, and courage. By following these virtues and making sure that every action you take is aligned with these virtues, your life will be balanced. You will feel this profound peace and harmony. And the final habit is the habit of simplicity. This just means to simplify your life. Don't live your life sweating the small stuff. Focus on your mission, your priorities, on actions that have true meaning to you. Stop wearing all this very expensive clothing just because they have a Nike logo on them. Start saying no to the things that waste your time. Stop craving all this attention by posting on social media and trying to get the attention of people who you don't even like and don't even care about you. Stop buying things that you don't need to impress people that you don't even like. So just focus on your tribe, your family, your friends. Basically what I'm saying is to reduce your needs. You can never be at peace if you desire a lot. The more you desire, the more you suffer. This is basically what Buddha said. You will be like the gambler who always goes for the last spin. If you desire status or millions of dollars, there will always be another guy with more money than you. This chasing after desires never stop. And also, don't look at happiness as something you can find, as this treasure or the destination or the end point. Realize that happiness is always found in the present moment. This is one of the points of meditation, that happiness is always found in the present moment. So these were the 10 most important habits. I think these are the 10 most important habits. Follow them for a month, and I guarantee you that you will see a huge difference in your life. Now, thank you so much for watching all the way to the end of the video. It really means a lot to me. And if you have any questions, please leave a comment. I'm very happy to answer all of them. And I would also appreciate a lot if you subscribed and liked this video. Have a great day.